welcome to Katrina's Creations. Today we are going to be talking about my collection of crochet hooks. And I'm going to show you what my favorites are, and when I can I'm going to list where you can find them at. So we'll get started first off with my crochet case. This, if you go to the Amazon link down below and look under my crocheted items, this is there, okay? Now there are plus and minuses. It opens up, it has a pocket here, it has a dropped crochet hook, it has, you know, these elastics here, but as you can see it is tight to get the rubber handled crochet hooks in there. The other side also has a spot for crocheted hooks, for the rubber crochet hooks, but again it is tight. And then here, let me take this one out, there are two zipper pockets that you could put like your stitch markers or things, whatever you wanted in here. So that is what it looks like. Now, like I said, you could see how tight it is. If you had regular crochet hooks, like your standard type like this, or your wooden crochet hooks, they would fit in there absolutely perfectly. But yeah, the rubber ones don't fit as well. Now the crochet hooks that I have are clover wannabes. They are not clovers. They are a set that I got through Amazon, and I believe there was 12 to 14 crochet hooks and it was $10. It was $9.99. They do have, I'm trying to think if they had a stamp. Now some of them that I have a stamp on one side and like a pressed in on the other side telling you what size it is. Other ones just have the stamp and you're not going to be able to see it, especially with the one that's black. Let me see if I can pull the one that's maybe lighter, that's purple. See if this one will show up. There you can see it. It's not picking it up real well, but you get the idea. Now some of these crochet hooks are inline hooks, others are not. This one is inline. Now when inline, what that means is where the flat part of the handle is, the hook is directly down from that. This one drives me crazy. I do use ones that are not inline, but this one they went overboard with because here is the flat part and you can see the hook is almost at a 45-degree angle. It is, for me, too far twisted. None of the rest of them in this particular set did I notice it twisted that far. But I have duplicates of a lot of the hooks because at one point I bought one set and then I went back and bought a second set that had larger hooks, which is where I got some of these. And I think the largest one I have in here is this one, and it is a 10mm size N, so it is huge. But I do have some other big ones in here. Let's see, that was an N, this is an M. This one just says 7mm, it doesn't say what size. And this is an L. So yeah, I do have some. I feel like I'm crocheting with a baseball bat, but you get the idea. But those I stuff into the little pocket thing that's here. So now on to some of my other types of hooks. Okay, I do have a few that I did not mess up. If you saw Saturday's video, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, you'll see in a minute. So I do have some of the Susan Bates. I believe these are all Susan. Oh, this is boy. These are all boy. Okay, I don't have Susan Bates. These are boy crochet hooks. This one is an N and a G and an F. So I do have the regular, and I use these as well. You know, I just find that I like the rubber handled ones a little bit better. Then I have some wood ones. Now I have an entire set of wood ones. that might become a giveaway at some point because I don't use them. I like the feel of them, and I have, like I said, I have a large set. I'm gathering them all up so I can show you. I have a large set of the wooden ones. I just find that for some reason it seems like things snag a lot with right here, right under the hook. And so I end up taking emery boards to them and filing them a little bit. I like the feel of them in my hand, but I've also, just like thin knitting needles that are wood, I've had them snap on me. I don't think I've had snapped crochet hooks, but I have snapped knitting needles that were bamboo, that were the real thin and tiny ones. So I don't use these. I still have them, but I don't tend to use them. I just, the hook part is just too deep and it snags a little much. So for me, they just don't work. Then I have the one that I'll tell you the crazy story about, which if you watched Saturday, you've already heard. I wanted to make some of them ergonomic. And so I put polymer clay on them and then realized that I covered the size of the hook over because I went right over top of the flat part. So I always have to check these hooks. Thankfully, they're two sizes I don't use very much, to see what they are before I try to use them. Then I have a very unique hook. This is, it's a hook on one side, and this side is a needle, is the eye of a needle. And you might be thinking, what in the world did you do with this? This I bought at, did I get it at a craft fair? I'm trying to remember where I even bought it from. It was to make a hooked rug, and what you did was you cut strips, and I did make a rug like this, and it was actually a lot of fun, but you used like the type of backing you use for a latch hook rug, but you would cut like long strips. In the case I did long strips of cotton, like from some old sheets, and I cut long strips, about 1 inch wide, and I used the hook, and you pull up the loops through the bottom of it so it looks like a pile rug. And then you would take the end of the fabric, put it through here, and you would thread it through the loops and pull it, and then that would like lock the loops in place. So you could make a rug that way. So I think I did it once or twice and never did it again, but anyway, it was fun. Then I have a beading hook. Now this has a cover over the top. This is a 0.7 millimeter. And if you are crocheting or knitting and you go to add a bead, rather than slip the beads on before you start your crochet or knitting project, you can actually transfer the stitch onto the crochet hook. Well, you actually, let me think, how do I do it? Okay, you put your, you put the bead on first. I had to think because it's been a while since I did it. You slide the hole that's in the bead onto the hook first, and then you pull the stitch, whether it's knitted or crocheted, you pull the stitch up through that hole of the bead, and then you slip it back onto your hook or onto your needle. So this is a beading hook. Any hook will do that is little, that will fit through the hole. This was the first one I had. And like I said, it is a 0.7 millimeter. Now I have some other old hooks that were given to me. Let me see if I can read what is on here. It says made in England, and it says it's a size 10. These are part of some antique hooks. This is a cigar container. It's a tin one. I covered it with washi tape because I didn't want it to look like a cigar container. And I had someone give these to me. They had been his wife's, and he was in his 80s at the time. So these are antique hooks, and I'm not sure if they're all made in, this one says USA 15 cents, so that tells you how old this is. This is a boy. And this one says made in USA, and it's a boy. So it looks like some of them, most of these are boys. So, and these are some cheap hooks that came in with some knitting needles one time. They actually have a hook on each side and they're 2 different sizes. I guess it would work, but I don't use them for anything. So, and I'm now dropping them. But yeah, these all live in the cigar box, or cigar tube. Now we come to my weirdest crochet hook. This is the Crochet Light. This is a J, which is a 6mm. And let's see if I can get it to do it. Yes, it lights up. I'm not sure for what purpose. I wouldn't want to be in a car with somebody who's trying to crochet in the dark with this light lit up. Aside from the fact it would distract you in the dark, who can crochet in the dark just using this little teeny light? I don't know. Somebody else told me it was maybe used for crocheting dark colors where it's harder to see the stitches. Like if you were crocheting in navy blue or black or a dark red or purple, you could use this to be able to see the stitches more. I just feel like E.T. phone home. So yeah, it's just kind of funny. But anyway, the other thing with this is, I don't know how well you're going to see it, but maybe I should turn it on so you can see it better. It is wobbly. You can see it here. You can see it jiggling. Yeah, it's very annoying to try to crochet when the hook is wobbling on the, while you're trying to do it. And there you can see it kind of doing it too. So I never used this one. I got it because it was the size I was looking for, and I thought it is comfortable to hold, but yeah, I don't need it to light up. And this is just a plastic stuff, so it's rubber right here, but the rest of it is just a plastic. So that is my collection of crochet hooks. I will put links to the rubber handled set. That's down in the Amazon, and as is the case. But like I said, and you can see, it doesn't work the greatest. It's very tight for rubber handles. But if you like this type or the normal, this type of hook, they will fit in there perfectly well and be really nice. So yeah, so that is my favorite crochet hooks. Actually, that's all of my crochet hooks, but if I had to pick favorites, it's definitely the rubber handled ones, just because I don't drop them as much and they're a little more comfortable. So thanks for watching, and I will see you again on Saturday when we choose our winner for the giveaway.